Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Anne Green Gables 1979. We're doing episode 45, The Glory and the Dream, which is an adaptation of the chapter 36 from the book, also called The Glory and the Dream. So let's continue. 3, 2, 1, click. After this one, only 2 more book chapters.
Goody.
Oh boy.
I'm wondering, does the final episode actually take an original turn instead of being based off of the last chapter?
We're going to do that thing that I told you before, Joe. Technically, the last 2 episodes of the series are the last chapter of the book. So yes.
So I was right that eventually they would divide a chapter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of these chapters are long. That's the thing. When you read the book, some chapters are shorter than others. There's chapters will go on for for a long time. Like, for example, I'm looking at right now. Chapter 26 is only 6 paragraphs or so. Whereas the previous chapter has 3 more paragraphs.
Again, Lucy would have been just fine alongside with the fantasy, story writers. Their books tend to have the same identical things in terms of structure.
Although, to be fair, Mark Twain wrote his books like this too. So I guess it was a thing. It was a thing.
Just like an idea of the structure, yeah.
I wonder if it was that usual thing where they got paid per word, so of course they wanted to stuff in as much as they could.
It is possible, but I wouldn't know.
The glory and the dream.
Yes, so let's see what are the results of the exams.
We all failed! No!
It's weird. The Glory and the Dream, that reminds me of that movie where Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet starred as a married couple.
Well, I love that movie.
Well, Pedro, Queen's College didn't get its reputation for being hard without reason.
Oh, you've seen that movie, Pedro?
Yes, I love that movie, actually.
What's it called?
That's the thing, I only saw it. No.
Okay. Before you ask, Tio, yes, pretty much everyone calls it that. What if Jack and Rose survived to become a married couple movie?
I mean, yeah.
The time dates are just right anyway.
Someone made an unofficial video game about Titanic as well.
Yeah, basically. It's called Revolutionary Road, Jova.
Yeah.
I heard the title at the very least.
It's one of those movies where, again, it's kind of like the kind of fiction that I particularly care, in the sense that again, it's a movie that deals specifically with married life.
Mm-hmm. And since it takes place in the 1950s, yes, you could consider it a what-if sequel to Titanic.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
What about Titanic?
Oh, come on. Oh, don't worry, Anne. You'll be fine. You'll do fine.
Yes.
In fact, Anne, it turns out you'll do better than God himself. You're just that awesome. I will always be with you, Anne.
I'm just popped into the next position there.
Animation error. Oh, trust me, Deb. So you think that's in the very final episode? There's one particular shot for just a second where Morella's dress is suddenly purple instead of brown.
Again, it really do with the lighting.
Probably just a frame that wasn't colored properly.
Yeah, me and Deji actually were watching the Tom Sawyer World Masterpiece Theater anime as well. There was also an animation error that also placed the color for a second. Unfortunately, this was kind of how things were at the time.
Yeah.
No timing or money to correct things like this. Also, notice their hair.
Huh.
Yeah, it's been getting grayer over the time, haven't you noticed?
Oh, I know. It's just that now it's full on gray.
I didn't notice.
I guess
now that I've said it, now you can't unsee it. There you
Thanks.
go. Thanks, I heard
it. Go on, too.
No, but to be fair, with the more aggressive, for lack of a better term, time skips, it's more noticeable now.
Mm-hmm. Why not just come and see it then?
And you suck.
It's like the George Carlin lesson on telling kids how when they lose. You lost. You're a loser.
Let me guess, Swebs. You will also have one of those things where students who fail get shot or something. That's usually the joke.
You are the weakest link.
Yeah, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So yeah, Gilbert won the medal.
Huh.
Well, I know what I'm doing tonight.
But who won the scholarship?
Gilbert, work hard.
But who won the scholarship? I wonder.
He will have to pay for that.
Yeah, how dare he be the best student?
I'll strangle him with it.
Wow, they're literally tossing him up in there. There you go, Anne. Thank God they called loud enough to stop her from running. Wait, Anne, come back to that.
Wrong way, Anne.
She needs to have a cry.
And then this bit was all a dream.
Yes?
Yeah.
Wow, how much strength did that take to muster up, Josie?
I mean, she's not an idiot.
She just lost several years of her life.
At least she's not a Dalek, I think you mean.
Daleks and idiots. Should we be looking into a girls' dormitory, boys?
Well, we
It's a
did want
special-
to try and congratulate her.
Well, to be fair to Ebs, it's not like the door was closed, so clearly there wasn't like any. They weren't doing anything that nobody could see.
Congrats, you're a psychic.
Confidence is a powerful emotion, but not always well placed.
I was going to say it was the confidence of the Mitchell Boy era of what is known as park life.
Sure would be a shame if something bad were to happen to that bank.
Okay, to be fair, this is way before the Great Depression.
Don't even get me started, Jova. Believe it or not, Anufani did a storyline with involving that bank, and let's just say they do something with Matthew that.
Let me guess. It's the bank either getting robbed or losing its money that causes Matthew to have a heart attack and die.
Worse than that, Jova. He tries to commit suicide.
Oh.
Well, Great Depression and such. I can get how.
This was before that, if I remember correctly.
Well, okay. What I mean, I should probably reiterate more like Great Depression effects in the sense, like, well, losing all of one's money and all that hard earnings can be a very, very tough thing. So, I mean, it's not like he. It's not. Hold on. It's not like he goes through with the suicide, does he?
No, he does not, because he gets to, his heart caves in, and he can't quite pull the trigger because he falls.
Again, well, I guess where Peter is coming from, because if there's a point that this particular addition is making, which I guess was in the original book, is that above everything else, Matthew cares about Anna's well-being and doing something that he's going to do in Anne and feels incredibly out of character.
I mean, the fact that he doesn't go through with it is fine enough. Then again, I guess it is another bout where I need to see it in full context to properly judge, I guess.
Sure.
It doesn't sound like as outwardly stupid as a lot of the other stuff you have described from that show, I'll admit, though.
Sure. That's fair. What was I going to say? Yeah. Well, also, good news, dudes. Turns out all of Miss Stacy's students passed.
Yay!
Oh, good. So I can put the shotgun away then.
Exactly. Dibs, drop the shotgun, Dibs. Drop it.
I've already put it
You
away.
already put it down, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll pick it up for next year's.
Don't worry, Pedro. He won't need to take anyone behind a barn this year.
And what was this about a shotgun?
Oh, just semantics, my dear.
Like a metaphor or something?
It's for when the
Yes.
zombies are supposed to appear.
Exactly.
See, it's all connected.
It's all coming together.
Anyway, well, I did like that detail in the letter where she says she talks about how Gilbert won the medal. It's good for him; he deserved it. So there you go.
Very sportive.
So Anne's animosity towards him is starting to slowly go away.
I wonder if that animosity would have still been there if she hadn't won the scholarship.
No, okay.
She probably How about this? She would have a hot-headed moment where she would fire in all directions, but then she will eventually calm down and get back to her senses.
Considering her general attitude was that I haven't won anyway, no matter what, I'm probably confident that it wouldn't been too much of an extra burden.
After all, she's been working so hard to get this, so I can understand if she failed that she would not be able to take it very well, because it's just.
I'm kind of going to side with Pedro on this one too. Like, well, for as much as one can prepare oneself for disappointment, when you put that much work into something, chances are if you really do lose and have nothing to show for it, you might go just a little crazy for an hour or so.
Yeah. But yeah, using the same signal that Anne and Anne and Diana used when they were kids, calling Diana to give her the good news. Not quite Diana, but yeah.
Boy, are you in for a surprise? I'm afraid we have brought you to this house on false pretenses, child.
Oh. They're just such siblings, like just.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it.
I called dibs.
Wow, Matthew really has grown as a man to the point where he is outright defying Marilla this much.
It's like you guys said before, he's at that age where he just does not give a fuck anymore.
I was just saying about nice ending, but I know we're not even halfway through the episode yet. Just barely.
No, there's a bit more of chapter to cover.
Oh!
Steamboat.
A boat.
Now we're on the Titanic.
Nah, it's not
you
nearly
might
big enough to be that.
You might remember that shot with the horses in the steamboat as the first ever shot of the first episode.
Wait, come to think of it, remind me, when does the story take place?
The end of the 19th century.
Huh, so
Yeah, that's why we got the Union Jack and that.
So in that, oh true, and since eventually it does get to World War One, shoot, we could have an Anne and Titanic crossover.
There is actually, it's the third book where we do cover that.
Oh my god, Anne goes on the Titanic? Amazing.
Pedro at least a bit better.
No, what I mean is that we do get at some point in the books where we go through World War One and stuff like that. That's what I mean.
Okay, now I'm reminded of that recess episode where Gus imagines what his life would be like if he didn't get the ball back from the other side of the fence. And so his graduation spiel is Gus Griswold, ball loser.
It's nice that they both got to be there.
Also, the Union Jack again.
Well, again,
Yeah,
it's
that
that
was
point
part of the-
before Canada mixed in more French stuff. Most orthodox.
I can tell that it's the same voice actor who played Mr. Phillips, the first teacher.
Maybe he's his father.
No.
Maybe he's him from the future, time traveled back to do right by Anne. Wait, why are they playing the Friends theme?
I guess I can think of one that would be more appropriate. I don't know what to tell you. All right, let's read one of your. Okay.
Yay!
And a bouquet.
Ah, this takes me back to when I won the scholarship.
Yeah, that is true.
See,
Yeah.
Glibs, it is still Anne of Green Gables. It never left. Although the bridge
yeah,
got revamped, I see.
I thought you were gonna foreshadow Green Gables and the town be set on fire or something.
Jesus.
Okay. Hey, look, the Lake of Shining Waters.
Never mind that. Look at the ducks. Yeah, that's true. Even when I was just away for a day recently, I longed to be at home with my familiar comforts.
Exactly.
Of course.
You're Canadian.
Always have been.
I know we don't sound Canadian, but that's what we are.
Unfortunately, Canada wouldn't dub us, so we had to resort to the South African studio. So
I mean, they're good to be fair. So.
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like, oh, someone's robbing the house.
Surprise! We literally had Diane planted there all those hours just to surprise you. Very sneaky, Marilla.
I'm sure Diana was happy to wait.
And wait, and wait, and wait, and hey, Spinell.
2 seconds ago. Finished with the sentence yet? What kind of flowers are they?
I don't really know much about flowers. So.
Is there anyone here? Is there no one here that's a florist?
Not me.
Botany is not my number one skill, Lives.
Not me neither.
I know some flowers, but I'm not an expert.
Clearly, I need to actually play the flowers or Robert Mapplethorpe on
CGI. Shiwai, do you know anything?
Not much, no.
I also have the extra caveat that the terms we use for flowers are completely different than the English ones.
Is it another phallic term?
I think I'm just aware there's probably one or two that are like that, yes.
Biggest dickus.
We could make a whole new episode of me just telling you. So, what are the next 2 episodes going to be about her at Redmond?
She will not be going to Redmond in this book. That's all I'll say for now.
Oh dear.
Also, Anne, you got a whole scholarship. You are good enough.
Well, it's like she herself said, the standards are higher there.
I have a bad feeling I know why she's not going to go to Redmond in this book. Remember when damn was considered a curse word? I mean, I guess some people still do consider it, but shoot, nowadays you see the word damn in plenty of G-rated flick. Granted, even back in the day, some G-rated flicks had the word damn in it, but I don't know, damn's kind of just... it feels more like a pseudo-curse more than an actual curse.
It never was in my country, I can tell you that, Jova. It's a very, very light as a word.
Anyway, the point is, it seems like Gilbert cannot go to Redmond because apparently his family doesn't have enough money. Because remember, since he won the scholarship, he would have to actually pay for it, which means that Gilbert is probably going to just start teaching right now.
I've already wanted to be a doctor.
Okay. He did, Jova, but that's the problem. Okay, I'm not an expert on the matter, but he would have to go to Redmond to achieve that, I think.
It depends on if he can find a medical school nearby. If Redmond's like the only one,
I get that. Okay. I'm not a specialist on this matter, so but medical school will also be expensive, probably, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So if they don't have the money to pay for his dream of becoming a doctor, then he would have to pursue an alternate career. Indeed.
That last bit seemed a bit foreboding.
Basically, my favorite episode of House is where he's giving a lecture to some college students who are, and one of the things that he does say is, and I quote, "It is the nature of medicine that to screw up. You are going to eventually kill someone in your profession. If you can handle that reality, pick a different profession or finish medical school and teach." So I can understand the idea that if you can't, if for whatever reason it doesn't work out, you can use those studies to pursue a teaching career. Yeah,
much like with every profession, if you don't feel you're good at practice, you can actually teach it. But I also go back to the first phrase that you said for a later part, because I know it's gonna become relevant for that. Anyway, for the purpose for this episode, I guess, okay, I don't want to mention it. I wouldn't normally mention it because it might sound a bit negatively, but I assure you that it's not. Maybe a bit predictable because we all knew that I at least was going to get the scholarship. But it was nice that they still handled it in a more, not in a bragging kind of way. She really wanted to not gloat too much about it and, remember her place in reality at the very least. So it is nice, but it's not as a victory that's so set in stone. But there's room to talk around both for her and for Gilbert. So there is that. But it's also nice to see the celebration for that. But aside from that, not much. It was still fine. Next.
Sure.
I mean, for now, I'm just interested to see where the whole college thing goes, because we know where the other side of the story is headed, so yeah, we'll see how that all links, I guess, and that's it.
Oops.
It's it was as good as the previous few ones. I'd say that's about it, really.
All right, Jova.
Good. It was good. That was good.
All right.
Oh,
anything else?
Well, yeah, like Tia said, maybe a bit predictable, but it was still good.
So what you're saying, Joe, is that so what, Joe? Do you want the Lucy to subvert your expectations?
No. There's a difference between stirring the pot and subverting expectations. Granted,
I know.
To be fair, subverting expectations can be done for good when it's not used for evil.
I thought you were going to say there was a difference between stirring the pot and just throwing the pot in the air.
I guess it still fits the metaphor,
that can work too. Tune in next time for episode 46, Matthew's Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.